Hey guys, in today's video we will continue to see the story called The Origin of Zeno-Sama. Being this is the last part of this incredible story. So grab a bucket of popcorn and your soda and come with me, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Well, without further ado, let's get started. Back in another dimension. Currently it was possible to see Zenio sitting on a kind of a throne while looking at a holographic screen that showed everything that was currently happening in all the universes he had created. Zenio carefully watched each of them, and not only them, but also his son Zeno-Sama and the Daishinkan, who was now responsible for taking care of Zeno and helping him in any way possible, whether teaching Zeno or just taking care of and following his orders. Some years later. Many years after the creation of all 18 universes, Zenio was still just watching everything that was happening in the universes. During those years, that was just what Zenio did. Not once did Zenio interfere in the decisions of the Daishinkan or his son Zeno, who still, he was very young, and therefore, the one who was taking care of all the universes was Daishinkan the High Priest. As previously ordered to Daishinkan and Sonia, they had children who would be responsible for each of the universes, having a total of 18 children, and these children would later train the gods of destruction and be their guides and help them in whatever it takes. Over the years, Sonia and Daishinkan's children grew and became stronger, and when all the angels were of an acceptable age, Daishinkan began training his children, so that, in the future, they would teach the gods of destruction to control the power of Hakai to energy of destruction. Zenio said, "So far, all my orders are being followed by the Daishinkan." "That's good, very good," said Zenio, satisfied with Daishinkan, while still watching everything that was happening. Zenio said, "It seems that the kaiju tree is growing healthy, and in a few centuries, it will bear its first fruits. I'm looking forward to the birth of the first Kaioshins, and with that, the first Hakashins will be chosen, and so the balance of each universe will continue." Zenio, while watching all the kaiju trees that were still growing in each of the 18 universes. Mysterious being said, "I must say that your creation was very impressive, Zenio. All this for your son. That is a father who likes to pamper his son. Because creating 18 universes just for him to rule and do what he wants to me looks nice, but not an easy task," said a mysterious being who had a white cloak that was half covering his face. He was behind Zenio's throne, who soon got up and faced him. The mysterious being said, "It's been a while since we've seen each other, isn't it, Zenio? Aren't you happy to see me? You look a little dejected. It must be boring looking at all your creation as a mere spectator." The mysterious being spoke in a mocking tone to Zenio, who was now serious. Zenio said, "What do you want, Zalama? Tell me at once what you want." Zalama said, "Well, you created everything in this new dimension, so I would like to do some things in it. But don't worry, my creations will be useful for your son," Zalama said while looking at Zenio, who was looking at him seriously. Zenio said, "What exactly do you want to do, Zalama? Depending on what you do, I will allow it. But if I refuse, don't try to convince me, and don't try to do something behind my back, because if you try, I'll kill you," Zenio said seriously to Zalama, who just laughed at him. Zalama said, "You're very serious sometimes, you know." Zalama spoke while laughing at Zenio because of his seriousness. Zalama said, "Well, I would like to be able to create a place where all the existing knowledge would be in one point, and also create a race that would be my descendants, the Namekians. In addition, I would like to be able to create an object that can fulfill any wish that your son or anyone else wants," Zalama spoke while looking at Zenio, who was now thinking about Zalama's proposal. Zenio said, "It's okay, but don't forget, Zalama, if you try anything against me or my son, it's better to give up on living, because I'll kill you," Zenio said seriously to Zalama, who was scared by the aura that Zenio had released at that moment. Zalama said, "Don't worry, Zenio. I'm not crazy enough to try to hurt your son. After all, I don't want to see you angry. I still like to live," Zalama said before turning into golden energy particles and leaving the place, leaving Zenio again alone on the spot. Zenio thought, "Let's see what this will turn out. But even though I already know that in the end Zalama will try something to kill me, and when that happens, I'll kill him first, or seal," thought Zenio, soon sitting back on his throne and returning to observe what was happening in all universes. Thousands of years later, After thousands of years after the conversation between Zenio and Zalama, several things were like Zalama having created a place where he would have all the existing knowledge between all the universes and put a being called Suno to be the caretaker of that place, and soon gaining the title of Sage Son. Another thing that happened during these years was a decision by Zeno, who erased 6 of 18 universes for judging that they had mortals below the expected standard, all because the gods of destruction did not do a good job, bringing the imbalance, and for that reason these universes were erased. And after the creation of the sage Suno, Zalama concentrated all his forces on creating the so-called Super Dragon Balls that would be used to fulfill any wish, and for that Zalama asked Zenio to give some of his divine energy and put it in the Dragon Balls. Zalama said, "Finally, after hundreds of years I got what I wanted the most. Now with these spheres, I will be able to defeat and even kill Zenio, and finally, I will become the supreme god of all universes. And after that, I will kill the sun myself. Him and I will rule all 18 universes," said Zalama while laughing like a crazy person, until he felt a very great power approaching him. Zalama said, "It's too late now, Zenio. I now have the power of the Dragon Balls, and I have the power to kill you and take your throne," said Zalama, turning around and finding Zenio floating in front of him. Zenio said, "For someone as smart as you, I thought you wouldn't be so stupid as to want to kill me, Zalama. But I already knew you would. That's why I put a small seal inside the Super Dragon Balls just in case." "If it happened, would I seal your soul inside? Or did you really think I was dumb enough not to understand that you wanted these orbs for?" Zenio spoke while looking at Zalama. Zenio said, "I already knew that you only needed my energy to do unimaginable things with the Super Dragon Balls," Zenio said while looking at Zalama. Zalama said, "If you knew I would do all this, why did you leave? All this just to show that you're superior to me?" asked Zalama, nervous. Zenio says, "No, actually, I really wanted to see if you would betray me. And as it happened, I will seal your soul in the Super Dragon Balls. That way the balls will have enough power to recreate all universes, and even create new universes as well. I must thank you for creating Sage Suno and the spears. They will be very useful in the future," Zenio said, while raising his key, something that made Zalama scared. Zalama said, "I will not be defeated by you, Zenio." Zalama spoke, concentrating all his power, and then firing a blast of ki that would easily destroy planets and maybe an entire universe. But Zenio, who stood still without feeling any muscle, to dodge the attack of Zalama while a lot of smoke appeared on the spot. Zenio said, "Wow, this and all your power. I expected more from you, Zalama," said Zenio when all the smoke cleared, revealing Zenio without a scratch. Zenio spoke, "Now goodbye, Zalama. Heavenly Seal skill." Zenio spoke, causing several energy circles to appear all over Zalama's body, and soon all 7 Dragon Balls appeared, and Zalama was separated into the 7 balls that were planet-sized after sealing the Zalama's soul. In the spheres began to glow, and soon a gigantic red-eyed dragon appeared, which was golden. Zenio said, "Zalama, the Dragon God, so far that a good title for you. Now split up," ordered Zenio, and soon the golden Dragon Balls disappeared, and the 7 spheres were separated to Universe 6 and 7. And that was the origin of Zeno-Sama, and the story of Zalama, who was now called Zalama the Dragon God. And from the beginning to the end of time, Zenio would continue to observe the decisions of his son Zeno. With that, we will end today's video. If you like this amazing story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So, until another day, guys.